See, and it is good. Jake Bates throwing right side, and it's going to be intercepted. Return past the 15, past the 20, out past the 30. Has space down the sideline. 40, 35, 30. And he is gone. A pick six for Houston. Snap good, hold good, kick up. And it is straight down the middle. Looking to throw, rolls out right. Throws end zone. Touchdown San Antonio. Cody Latimer alone in the end zone. They take a 1-point lead with 3 seconds left. 52-yarder, left hash, for the win. Snap good, hold good, kick up, and it's drilled. Miami escapes week 1 with the win. Jason Sanders is looking to throw. Pass right side, wide open. Touchdown Drake London. Touchdown Drake London. Atlanta has tied this game and are an extra point away from taking the lead. Needing the 12-yard line. Handoff, Robinson left side. And going to be stuffed. A loss of 4, maybe 5 on the play. And with 50 seconds to go, the Chiefs have the ball. And most likely that does it. Ball on the 17.5-yard line. Looking to throw. Stepping up, throwing for the end zone. And caught. Touchdown Green Bay. Dontavian Wicks. 56 seconds to play. The Packers are within 3. 6:17 to play in overtime. Tua shotgun. Back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Bunched up. Tua to throw. Pass time. Plenty of time. Pass. End zone. Left side. Jonnu Smith. Touchdown Miami. They're gonna win. Let's go, baby. Here, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Gonna send Smith in motion. Toss left side for Saquon Barkley. Good blocking and room to run. Pass midfield. Spinning his way. Pass to 35 to 30. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and the Eagles respond instantly. Saquon Barkley. Oh my, making his presence felt. 1 play, 60 yards, 3rd and 9 from the 35. Mahomes looking to throw. Quick pass left side, caught by Piron. Has room to run. First down and more. Down to about the 17. And he stays in bounds. That will do it. The Kansas City Chiefs have escaped the Bills and have punched their ticket. Hello, everybody, and welcome on in. Week 11 wraps up tonight. It's the Cowboys, it's the Raiders, the league's #1 offense and #1 defense going against the Raiders. This should be one of those games. I have no real expectations for this one. I'm kind of just here along for the ride with all of you. We did 4 games yesterday, so my voice sounds kind of That's the reason. We're good. But welcome on in. Let's wrap up week 11 right. Hopefully this game ends up being somewhat entertaining, but only time will tell. But hello, welcome on in. Yeah, I did a week with 4 games last year during Miami's bye week. And that was fun to do, just like it was yesterday. But man, this did not do well with the voice. Hell yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, appreciate you sharing the streams and stuff again. It's fun, chill shit. We'll see. Try to get as much of a power rankings as I could before this, because tomorrow is going to be an interesting day for me. Should all work out though. I'm going against George Pickens in fantasy tonight. I'm up by like 30. Should be good. I had like 3 players on fantasy do jack all for me, and it worked out just fine. A few moments away from kickoff. Yeah, I saw that with the Mannion cast. And Sometimes they get the weirdest guess. I remember I think it was a game last year or 2 years ago, for a Bears Monday night game. They had Barack Obama on. I don't know how they get some of these high-end guests, but they do, and it's great because it's funny whenever the conversations they have with them. As the Cowboys will get ball to begin this game from beautiful Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, and kickoff is underway. Going to be returned beginning from about the 10 after a few bobbles, and going to get up past the 25 to about the 26. Yeah, and then Derek Carr is also thrown in there just because. Which I'm curious as to what Derek Carr will have to say tonight, because I think it's fair to say he is a Raider legend, but it felt like that his tenure with the Raiders ended on the wrong foot. So I'm curious to see how much of appreciation he still has for the franchise. All right, Dak under center. Back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Going to hand this off left side, and has space to about the 29, a gain of 3. All right. Also tonight, both the Heat and the Panthers are playing, so I'm keeping an eye on both of those games in the background. Dak in shotgun, back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side after a man in motion, right to left. Gonna hand this off up the middle, past the 30 to about the 31, maybe 32. Well, Guy Fieri has quite a few restaurants in Las Vegas, and I'm like 90% sure George Bush is a Cowboys fan, so it makes sense a little bit. There is a single strand of connection between them. Yeah. Dak and shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. 3rd and 4, looking to throw. Has time, stepping up. Now going to roll to his right to buy more time. Still looking. Penalty marker down. Going to throw this right side, and that is incomplete. Looking for Jalen Tolbert, but tight coverage forces it loose. See what the penalty is. I imagine it's holding against Dallas. Yep, holding against Dallas. That'll be declined. It's a 3 and out, and they'll punt this one away. Well, because his restaurants aren't like the most memorable. And like he's most known for the what was it, the dine-in, drive-ins, and dash and all that and that stuff. Like, yeah, his restaurants are cool, but it's Vegas. There's a lot going on in Vegas that you would rather point out than Guy Fieri. Punt comes off clean, going to be returned beginning from about the 25, out past the 30 to about the 31. Yeah, it's most Vegas places are more so you go there because it's Vegas and it's like a obscure establishment, not because like they're genuinely quality. I mean, look at Allegiant Stadium. You don't go to Allegiant Stadium to watch good football. You go there because it's Allegiant Stadium. That too, yeah. Oh. And Geno Smith under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Play action, looking to throw. Has time. Pass right side. Can he be caught by Brock Bowers up to about the 49? All right. Solid gain of about, was that 18-ish? If they can just keep focusing Brock Bowers. But yeah, but imagine living in Vegas is a lot different than actually just going there for a visit. Smith under center, going to hand this off up the middle for Ashton Jeanty, and he is met instantly in the backfield for a loss of about 2 or 3. I'm not surprised. Like Las Vegas is a place where like I'll probably visit. I'll visit one day because the Raiders are there and I want to go to a game at Allegiant Stadium. But besides that, I have like no interest. Smith in shotgun back to his right, two receiving options to each side. A 2nd and 11. Going to look to throw once again, has time, pass left side, a little bit high, but going to be caught nonetheless by Trey Tucker for about 4 or 5. Yeah. There's always there's always places like that where it's like, yeah, it's cool, but it's you once you're an adult, you like unlock so much more, and maybe it's a little bit better then, but still. If at 3rd and 7. Smith in shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the right, going to look to throw. Has some time, stepping up, trying to escape, breaks off 1 sack, pass over the middle, caught by Michael Mayer, and is going to get about 3 on the play. Mayer. I think it's Michael Mayer. Either way, it's not enough for the first. So the Raiders now will punt it away. Yeah. But does that just say the Raiders have had no opening drive touchdowns this season? I'm not surprised by that, but it's just weird. Punt comes off clean. Going to bounce and be downed inside the 5 at the 3. A great punt. Cowboys will start backed up. The crickets bit. That's crazy. And then Florida has some weird insects as well. Especially if you're like more so like in the like near the Everglades. What was I can't remember them right now because I was relatively close to the Everglades, but wasn't close enough to actually deal with them. As we're at commercial break. Panthers are up 5-3 over Vancouver. Hell yeah. The Heat are tied with the Knicks. Okay. Yeah, of course tonight is when both Florida teams are in action. That's fine. Still at commercial break after both teams punt on the opening drive. Cowboys went 3 and out. Raiders went like what, 5-6 plays. Again, it's gonna be one of those nights. Hey, Raiders defense though. Raiders defense have an opportunity here. Cowboys starting backed up. There was a 4-play drive. God damn, that's crazy. I can't imagine in a school with that type of grade averages. Like Florida isn't known for their education by any means, but at least it was like solid enough. And also, I was just a nerd and liked a lot of the topics we were going over. But like it's like at least like it was fine enough to where you could be like, yeah, I went to X school. If you talk to a Floridian, if you talk to a Floridian, you're like, yeah, I went to this school, and you're like, oh yeah, that's a nice school. I can imagine 20% being the class average. Handoff up the middle on 1st and 10, going to be a Javonte Williams for about 9. Hello, welcome on in. Hello, hello. All right, 10 minutes to play in the first. Dak under center, back behind him. Two receiving options to each side. Gonna be like second and inches. Handoff once again up the middle. Gonna be enough for a first down up to about the 10-yard line. Okay, no, 15-yard line. Not much else. Yeah. Because it's, like I mentioned earlier, like Las Vegas is always one of those places where it's a destination for people outside of it. But it's like you go there once and you get the gist, it feels. Just based off like stuff I heard. But I still will end up going there one day. Play action looking to throw. Dak has time. Trying to load up, but instead will fumble this one. And he fumbles it. The Raiders have it at the 15. Dak, what are we doing? He just dropped the ball. Max Crosby with the pressure to force it loose, technically, but man, that was ugly. Dak was loading up to launch this and quickly decided against it and just dropped it. Okay, no, yeah. Okay, Max Crosby does get a hand on it to force it loose, but man, that's an ugly play. Good coverage, yeah, good coverage on the back end to force him to tuck it, but ooh, the Cowboys off to a rough start. All right, but can the Raiders capitalize? And if they can't, Max Crosby's going to be pissed. This is a great opportunity here. But yeah, Crosby pins that ball to Dak's helmet and gets forced loose from there. All right, so ball in the 15. Gino in shotgun. Back to his right, three receivers to the right. What you got in store? Gino looking back to throw. Pressure coming and sacked back at the 23. It's Kenny Clark on the sack. And a 2nd and 17 coming up. I should not be surprised. I should not be surprised. All right. This might be like a 3-3 finish. Gino looking to throw in 2nd and 17. Dump off left side. Can he be caught by Jeanty? He's going to get about 6. So 3rd and 11-ish coming up. Yeah, I saw it right before stream, and yeah, it's really nice. And you cook with everything you've sent me so far. I love it. Gino in shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. A 3rd and 12. Going to look to throw. Has time, pass, end zone. It's off to mark and incomplete. Looking for Trey Tucker. The broadcast instantly pan into Max Crosby on the bench. Like, come on, man. Oh yeah, it's the correct read. It's just slightly too far to the right. Like I get the throw. He's going back shoulder with it, and if it's on the mark, it's a touchdown. But he just missed it. All right, 35-yard kick for Daniel Carlson from the left hash. It is up, and we have points. Raiders take the early 3-0 lead. Yeah. It's nice seeing it. Because I'm a Dolphins fan. If you don't know, so like there's crash outs as well. I go through on Sundays. but it's just like, so it's like it's kind of funny seeing other people do it as well. Yeah, it's certainly copium. I've seen people handle. I've seen people cope in worse ways. As we're at commercial break after the field goal. Okay, it's because you got it out with the copium. Simple. You get it out the system with some copium, and then when tomorrow rolls around, we'll see how we'll go from there. That too, yeah. Yeah. That's gonna be great. Yeah. We'll see. Again, it was a relatively weird week in the NFL. Like, yeah, some matchups went as expected, but they didn't like the outcomes were as expected for most of them. But the actual like meat and potatoes of the games, a lot of them were weird. So who knows how that'll play into things. Oh, thoughts and prayers. I had just coming back from commercial break. Oh, we're getting an exclusive look at Avatar Fire and Ash at halftime. Cool. I do not care. Those Avatar movies never excited me. I ended up seeing the first one in a film class a few years ago, and it was just whatever. It is a very like it's a very forgettable movie. I get at the time because of like the visual effects being really impressive, but like nowadays it's more of the same. Yeah. Kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from about the 8 up past the 2025 to about the 30 31. It's the indie moment reactions are always worse. Because then like you go again, you get distracted, you focus on something else for a while, you go back to it in hindsight. It's like, oh yeah, it's actually, yeah, I really did react like that, huh? Like my crash out for the Dolphins against the Panthers, like that was in the moment. Yeah, I felt all that, but I went back like right after the 4 o'clock window, and I'm like, damn, I really talked like I really went off like that. Dak to throw on 1st and 10. Pass right side can be caught up to about the 43-ish for George Pickens. A first down for Dallas. As long as Dallas doesn't get in their own way, they should be fine in this game. But at the same time, it is Dallas we're talking about. Dak under center, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the left. Going to hand this off left side for Javonte Williams, past the 45 to about the 46, gain of 3. Oh, that was toned down in comparison. Yeah, I imagine so, because I imagine the stuff you did in the server was more like immediate reactions. The worst. Dak under center, play action looking to throw, shift in left, pass in left. Going to be caught for a first down, past the 45 to the 40. Sorry, what's your name? Either way, it's back-to-back plays for a first down for Dallas, and they're going to hurry up a bit. Hunter Lupick on the reception. Dak under center, back behind him. Handoff right side for Javonte Williams, up past the 35 and down to about the 31, a gain of 8. Yeah. Although those screenshots would be Dak under center, back behind him. Two receiving options to each side. Looking to throw. Quick pass left side. Tipped at the line and incomplete. Alright, cool. There we go. Alright, 3rd and 3. Dak looking to throw. Has some time, shifting to his left to buy more. Passing left side, gonna be off the mark and incomplete. Looking for CD Lamb. It is 4th down. Raiders bend but don't break. Cowboys will send out Brandon Aubrey for the field goal. Yeah. Yeah, the inbox crash out. Yeah, it was. I have a few other friends who are like, I have a friend who's a New York Knicks fan, and some of his crash outs, especially during the playoffs, are great to go through. The 50-yard kick from the right hash for Brandon Aubrey is up, and it is right down the middle, because that man is automatic. Tied game. Cool. Yeah. All right, heading to a commercial break with 5:36 to play in the first. Speaking of the Knicks, the Heat are up 52-48. Cool. How? Don't tell me Cat's having a great game again. No, not really. Well, Heat and keeping things more in check tonight. Again, South Florida sports fan. I'm keeping an eye on the Panthers and the Heat tonight as well. On top of everything. Hey, we're at commercial break. I've been seeing Vikings fans also like go through it the past like day or so after the JJ McCarthy performance, which it's like, I get it. At the same time, give him a little bit. Like, again, understand, like, 1st-round pick. You're expecting big things, especially after the season they had last year. But come on. He missed all of last season due to an injury. He's missed parts of this season due to an injury. Now, obviously, if he underperforms again next year, then there's a real discussion to be had. Yeah. But that's the joys of having, like, the Vikings and the Seahawks. Because at least, like, if the Vikings are underperforming, Seattle is doing pretty well right now. So you can just go back and bank off that. Even though yesterday was pretty rough for Seattle, it was still a close game. And going back and going through that game for power rankings, Seattle played pretty well. It's just some dumb mistakes cost the game. It still had a chance to win at the end. I was about to ask why I'm getting a Hulu related commercial, and I'm like, oh yeah, this game's on ESPN. Yeah. Kickoff going to be returned beginning from about the 5, up past the 25 to the 27. And also, like, unlike with like a football team, with what scripted is going, you like there's a personality for those characters to like latch on to and go based off of. So it's easier to get really attached to them. They're showing the broadcast is showing the journey of Ashton Jeanty through the years. I mean, he's been living everywhere, it seems. Faking a toss left for Jeanty. Gino throws it right side. Going to be Cottons with space. Up past the 40, 45, and out of bounds near the 46. That is John Beck on the reception. Yeah. He wrote the characters too well. But that's John Beck. Jack Beck on the reception. You started with the J. Gino under center, back behind him, play action, once again looking to throw. Pass right side, going to be caught with space. Pass the 40 to the 37, that is Brock Bowers on the reception. I mean, if the Raiders had even a fraction of this level of a passing game last week, they could have beat the Broncos. Gino's actually throwing the ball well. It's still early, but he's on target. All right, 1st and 10. Gino under center, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the right. Play action once again looking to throw. Passing right side, going to be caught inside the 20 to about the 17. All right, the Raiders are moving. Where has this been? Ian Thomas on the reception, and the Raiders are in the red zone. Legit, this has been the best looking the Raiders have been seemingly all year. I have not watched a lot of Raiders football. From what I have watched, it was ugly. This is not as ugly. Gino in shotgun back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side. Going to look to throw once again. Dump off right side to Jeanty. Is going to be caught, but going to lose about 3. All right. That now the ugliness might start to come in. They got inside the red zone. That's their biggest issue. Second and 14. Gino in shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Ball on the plus 21. Gino looking to throw. Has time. Pass right side. Going to be batted away and incomplete. Looking for Trey Tucker. It's 3rd and 14. The fact that we are about 12 minutes into this game and there's been a single handoff to Ashton Jeanty feels criminal. Good coverage there from Deron Bland. 3rd and 14 again. They're in obvious passing down now. Unless, yep, they're going 5 wide. Gino in shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Going to look to throw once again. Pressure coming and is sacked. Back at the 28. Drive stalled out. Can't be too surprised by that. Can't say I'm surprised. So a 45-yard kick coming up for Carlson. It's a 4th and 20 after all that. 45-yard kick from the right hash. It is up. And it is good. All right. So as of so far, 4 of the 5 games I've been live with, going back to yesterday and now today, have at one point been a 6-3 game. Actually, no. Eagles-Lions wasn't. But it was still like 3 field goals before anything actually happened. So 4 of the 5 started with 2 field goals. That's a better way to put it. All right, we're at commercial break with about 2 minutes to play in the first. At commercial break. I'll use the Coca-Cola AI commercial again. Yeah, this looks bad. I don't know why they're so hell bent on doing this. Especially when, like, before they started using AI, Coca-Cola had some of the best holiday commercials. And now now it looks bad. I don't get it. I don't get it. Alright, still at commercial break. Yeah, Bryce Young set a franchise record in passing yards yesterday. Yeah, and then, like, I think it was either earlier this year or like halfway through last year. Coca-Cola had a beautifully done animated comic book commercial. And it was like really well done. And now they're using AI for the holidays. Like, I don't get it. Meanwhile, like FedEx is using also great animation for commercials. It's kickoff can be returned beginning from the 1. Out past the 25, past the 30 to about the 33. Oh, next week, Monday Night Football is Panthers and 49ers. Huh. Actually, no, that game has legitimate impact now. Before the season, yeah, that looked kind of rough. But no, that game has a legitimate meaning next week. All right, Dak under center, back behind him. We receiving options to the right, play action, looking to throw. Has time, pass left side, can he be caught by George Pickens? He gets to midfield. Yeah. It's just there's something going on in Coca-Cola's sales team and marketing team that just doesn't know how to add up stuff. Pass right side can be caught by George Pickens once again, past the 35 to about the 34. Okay, I need George Pickens to like settle down a little bit. I doubt he puts up 30, but let's not even make that close. Yeah. I don't really. I mean, the issue with Coca-Cola is like them as just an in general company owns so much of the soda. Gonna hand this off up the middle and gets past the 30 to about the 28. But like I don't buy Coca-Cola specifically, but I'm pretty sure I do buy like Coke products just because of how much they own. But I'm not a big fan of Coca-Cola. All right, 2nd and 5. One more play needed before the end of the first. Dak under center. Back behind him, going to hand this off to Javonte Williams right side, and he has space. Inside the 20 and down to the 18. And that will be it for the first quarter. 15 minutes in the books. It is a 6-3 game in favor of Las Vegas. And what has just been a middling matchup, which I'm not surprised by. Also on the Mike Davis got to carry. I think of what other M. Davises are in the league as a running back. I think it's Mike. No, it's Malik Davis. And that's why I don't know him. Second year out of Florida. All right, we're at commercial break. We have more teasers for the new Avatar movie. I do not care. Thursday Night Football, Week 12 begins with the Bills and Texans. It is looking like it's Davis Mills once again behind center for Houston in that game. So it could be a very ugly one. Or it could somehow be a close game because Buffalo offense is inconsistent, it seems. We'll see. At commercial break. Nice. Yeah, still a commercial break. There's Mark. That's why I was thinking Mike Davis. So there's Mark Davis, the owner of the Raiders. For some reason, talking to. Who's he talking to and why are they being highlighted? Either way, Mark Davis is a scumbag. Dak and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Going to look to throw in 1st and 10. Pass deep. Right side for the end zone is off the. It's off the mark and incomplete. Saying that George Pickens did not get his feet down in bounds on what would have been an incredible one-handed catch. And yeah, he's out of bounds. That's still a great one-handed catch, but just couldn't get his feet in bounds. Yeah. That's what happens when I do 6 games in a week. Dak throwing right side in the end zone, wide open is CeeDee Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. Finally, someone finds the end zone, and the Cowboys have their first lead of the night. Yeah. I mean, with the games I decided to go live with this week, you would think that the quarterbacks would play solid in most of them. And surprisingly, Mariota and Tua both had solid games. They didn't pass the ball a lot. Baker and Josh Allen had pretty solid games. It's the Lions and Eagles that for some reason neither quarterback could find a completion. The extra point is up and good. Actually, I forgot to check this when I was writing power rankings earlier. Let me double check this. I want to say Jared Goff had a career low completion percentage in that game last night, which I would not be surprised with. We head to a commercial break. Yeah, that was a career low in completion percentage last night. That was bad. It was a bad game. Yeah, that does sound a bit weird. No, it's not. I got again. I've seen crazy overreactions from stuff. I doubt yours would compare. I doubt yours would be like. I doubt what you're gonna send me is gonna be too different from what I've seen. Yeah. Oh yeah, cool. Black Ops 7 commercial. You know what's even weirder? Like again, Coca-Cola doing the AI ads, that's weird. But it's a big company doing commercials that's AI. That's not unheard of. Call of Duty Black Ops 7, they have like for the Black Ops games, there's like a player banner that you can equip. All of those player banners, which is like small pieces of art typically, are all AI generated. And that makes zero sense. At least Coca-Cola, you can sum it up as just big corporation wants to be cheap. Call of Duty is one of the biggest selling franchises every single year. It makes no sense. They can just port over old stuff. Yeah. And then the whole like emotional stuff plays in the back during the crash outs as well and whatnot. I won't judge too harshly with it. Kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from the 12th, up past the 25, past the 30 to about the 32. I forgot about the Lions Texans game from last year. That was also bad. Yeah. It's never gonna go away, but it's going to evolve over time to do it where that way will eventually be more specific in what its usage is. As Gino looks to throw in first and 10, gonna take it himself up the middle and slides down at the 39 for a gain of 8. Because right now it's just like big new tech craze. It's gonna be used for everything. Eventually, some of the random usages that don't make a lot of sense are gonna be knocked on go by the wayside. And it's going to get very fixated into a specific thing. It's just gonna take a long time for that to happen. Pete Carroll is the oldest head coach of all time. Just wait till Bill Belichick returns next year. Smith gonna hand this off up the middle, and that's enough for a first down up to about the 47? No, 43. Hey, that's Raheem Mostert on the carry, and that's also the second handoff of the game for the second handoff of the game for the Raiders. Yeah, that's the other issue with it. Gino under center, back behind him. We receive an option to the left, gonna play action and look to throw. Pass left side, off the mark, looking for Trey Tucker. Off the mark and incomplete. Might as well say it fully. I mean, in terms of the AI detector and stuff, like that happens anyway. So at least the teacher's getting ahead of it and being like, because through editing it, you still need a fundamental understanding. It's still not great, but it's at least better than just purely submitting AI only stuff. As a gift to Jeanty up the middle will be a gain of 11, enough for another Raiders first down. Yeah. And also, like those AI detections don't even work all the time anyway. So it's like, what's the point in it? It's all a mess. Part of it's a mess because we're still so early on in its widespread usage. But yeah. Gino under center, play action, looking to throw. Dump off over the middle to Jeanty is incomplete. Couldn't hang on. Second and 10 coming up. Exactly. Yeah, it's so early on in AI's widespread usage that the AI detectors are not going to be effective anytime soon. That's why it's just, if you're going to do a writing assignment, find a way to record you actually typing the assignment so you have the evidence to be like, this is not AI. Smith looking to throw in 2nd and 10. Pressure coming and sacked back at their own 45. The 3rd sack of the night already for this Dallas defense, and it's 3rd and long coming up. Yeah. It's just it's the hit trend right now, and once it gets done by the wayside, things are gonna be a lot better, but it's gonna take a while. Yeah, and then most teachers don't know how to use them correctly because of how new it all is. Looking to throw in 3rd and 19, trying to find time. Pass right side is gonna be incomplete. Looking for Ashton Jeanty, couldn't hang on through the contact, and the Raiders drive. The Raiders drive stalls out, and they're gonna punt this away. Yeah. Like, it's also the case of no matter how long that detection software is going to be around for, there's always going to be false positives, always going to be false negatives. It's near impossible to get things to work 100%, to get any type of detection system to work 100% of the time. It's just not possible. Delay of game on the Raiders is going to be called, so a 4th and 24 coming up. They've given their punter more room to work here. Yeah, viewing it as a percent chance is a nice way of putting it. Punt comes off clean, going to be returned beginning from the 7 up past the 15 to about the 20, maybe the 21. Yeah. Okay, there's definitely ways to like better the detectors. It's not going to matter fully. What is that Elvis impersonator they're showing? What? Right into a commercial break. Oh, speaking of AI, here's another. Oh, this is progressive using an AI and having an AI commercial. That's great. If there wasn't already enough reasons to hate progressive. It like, of all companies to use AI, why progressive? You already have a commercial system that works with flow and all the other stuff. Why? Like, what? Yeah, I remember. I've not seen it at all in the past like month or so. So at least they moved on from that one. But now they have a new commercial to cause issues. Yeah, I was gonna say I have a friend who's a teacher. He might ask him about his thoughts on all of it. But he's also like he teaches the younger grades, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, it was Quinn Williams who got a sack. Okay, you making an impact early on in this Cowboys tenure. Yeah, but it's at knowing how majority of large companies like that work, the email probably went to spam and they never saw it. It's just commercials are always on like a 2-month timeline, and then they eventually get there's a peak around the 1 month mark, and then we get to 2 months, they start like seeing them less and less and less. As we're just coming back from commercial break. Dak under center. Back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Going to hand this off left side for Javonte Williams, and he's blown up at the line for no gain. Okay. Hey, that's a Landon Roberts on the tackle. Former Steeler and former Miami Dolphin. Hey, he blew up that Russian lane. Hell yeah, man. Landon Roberts was another one of those players that Miami should have never let walk. Dak looking to throw in 2nd and 10. Pass right side can be caught by George Pickens. He's gonna push his way forward for a first down, gain of roughly 10. Yep. But like the average marketing team or the average PR team, one doesn't have a full say on what ends up being like the final idea for a commercial, and 2, they don't really 99% of them are out of touch with everything. So I'm not surprised someone like that fell through the cracks. Dak looking to throw in 1st and 10. Pass left side is going to be low, and that should be ruled incomplete. But for now, it's being ruled a catch for Jake Ferguson up past the 35 to about the 37. Pressure came in. The pass looked low. Yeah, that definitely bounces. That'll be ruled incomplete. Max Crosby got pressure in there. Yeah, that's definitely going to be overturned. Yep, 2nd and 10. So Dak under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Ball on their own 31, going to look to throw once again. Quick pass right side, caught by George Pickens. He gets to about the 38. If marketing teams are out of touch, higher ends at higher like the people in charge of those marketing teams might as well be on a different planet with how they view things. It's for them discussions like that is just gonna fall on deaf's ears. Pass over the middle to Dak Prescott's gonna be caught by CD Lamb up past the 50 to about the 46. And even like if someone did say something about it, the higher ups are not gonna listen. Or even worse, if they say something, there's also that fear of if I say something about this, it might cost me my job. Because again, the higher ups are assholes. Dak under center going to hand this off left side, past the 45, past the 40, and down to about the 37, 38 might be enough for a first. I think it can be just shy. It's Malik Davis on the carry once again. It sucks, but the business world also sucks. So it goes hand in hand. Dak gonna hand this off left side for Javonte Williams. That will be enough for the first down. A gain of roughly 2, up near the 36. Well, I'm sure they have people to make sure that, yeah, I'm sure they have people to target anything that could be like that. I'm sure they have people that are there to spot things about like the more broader subjects that are crossing the line. But stuff like that is most people, especially higher end business people, don't really recognize that kind of stuff. So thus they don't care about it. It sucks, but that's what happens when most people making decisions at businesses are like 65, 75, or just have not had to deal with anything like that. First and 10, Dak in the play action and look to throw. Pass left side, caught by CD Lamb up inside the 20. Going to be brought down near the 17. I'm going to say he was down at the 14. Dak under center, back behind him, two receiving options to each side, man in motion left to right. Going to give this up the middle to Javonte Williams and brought down at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Second and 10 coming up. 7 minutes remain in the first half. Yep, second and 10. Dak and shotgun back to his left. Two receiving options to each side. Going to look to throw in second and 10. Dump off left side. Going to be caught by Williams and going to get to the line of scrimmage for no gain once again. Third and 10 coming up. All right, 6:15 to play in the first half. Dak and shotgun back to his left. Three receivers to the right. Play clock winding down. Making adjustments at the line. Dak gonna look to throw. Has time. Pass left side. Gonna be caught, but brought down short of the line to gain. It is not enough. Only got 9 when they needed 10. Fourth and 1 from the 5, and the offense will stay on the field. All right, fourth and 1. And before the snap, we're going to have a timeout called by Dallas. All right, fourth and 1 coming up. Dallas will think this through. I don't hate the decision to go for this. You're against the Raiders offense. Yeah, it's not a bad choice. Either way, you get to pin them deep. Dak and shotgun back to his left. Three receivers to the right. Going to look to throw. Pass over the middle is caught wide open. Jake Ferguson, touchdown Dallas with 5:16 to play in the half. And this could very easily be the start of this game getting ugly. We will see. Penalty marker down as well. Going to be a false start on Dallas for the extra point. So move him back 5. All right, so now a 38-yard extra point coming up. Kick is up, and Brandon Aubrey is automatic. It is good. 11-point Cowboy lead. Nick, we're not even a half into play, and Max Crosby's pissed on the sideline. I do not blame him at all. As we're at commercial break afterwards. Hey, speaking of other weird corporate decisions, Disney is making a live action Moana. I have no idea why, but they are. It's kind of a mute point. It doesn't even look that great, but oh well. What you gonna do about it? I kind of forgot about it, and I saw stuff on it today, and it's just like, why? Like, what's the point? The movie came out gonna be 10 years ago from when the live action remake releases. Do we really need it that soon? They've been working on a Hercules live action remake for only the Olympians know how long at this point, and there's no sign of that coming out. That's most likely the reason is The Rock wanted it, so The Rock gets it. But it still makes no sense. As we're still at commercial break. Also doesn't help that a lot of what they're showing from the live action Moana, it looks like it's just people on green screen on top of the actual Moana movie. Like it seems like it's like a pretty faithful remake, which makes even less sense of why it exists. Kickoff underway as we're back from commercial break. Going to be returned beginning from the 4. Trying breaks one tackle, trying to find space up to about the 22. I agree with that. I'm so. Here's my case with the Hercules movie. The songs are great. I don't love much else of it because I'm a big fan of the 12 labors of Heracles myth. So it's like they did so much wrong with it. It's hard for me to separate the myth from the movie to where I can enjoy the movie. Again, the songs are great. I can't get behind much else of it. Play action looking to throw. Geno has time. Pass over the middle. Going to be caught. A first down and more past the 35 to about the 39 as Brock Bowers on the reception. Like I'm really excited for Christopher Nolan's Odyssey to come out next year. I'm hoping that movie's good because I'm a big Nolan fan. I liked Oppenheimer. I liked his Batman stuff. I haven't seen Tenet yet, but I want to. Inception was pretty good. So him handling the Odyssey is going to be fun. Hope it's good, and if it is, I hope he gets to do more Greek myth movies. Geno play action looking to throw. Rolling right, passing right, going to be incomplete. Looking for Trey Tucker, good coverage there, and it's incomplete. Second and 10 coming up. Might have been a little high if coverage wasn't good on the back end by Malik Hooker.
Oh, no, that was on target. It's just good defense. Okay. Yeah, it's a they've been there's been a few teasers and like set photos from the Christopher Nolan Odyssey movie. We'll see. I'm definitely gonna go see it next year though. Geno Smith quick pass left side is off the mark and incomplete. Looking for a quick hitter to Brock Bowers is 3rd and 10. Heck, I'm already not one that sees a lot of movies because I just don't care for the theater that much. I also just don't have time really to see it for like most of the year. But that's when I'm gonna go out of my way to go see. Yeah, Epic the Musical is fun. It gets stuff wrong as well, but again, it's a fun listen every time. Geno looking to throw in 3rd and 10. Pass right side, going to be caught with space, a first down, and then some past midfield to about the 48. That is Tyler Lockett on the reception. I wouldn't be surprised if a song or two from Epic the Musical ends up on my Spotify Wrapped. Because there's a few songs that I absolutely love, on top of just really enjoying the entirety of it. Geno under center. Back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Play action, looking to throw. Dump off right side to Jeanty is gonna have space up to about the 40. And under 3.5 to play in the first half. Second and 2. Geno alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Pass left side, caught by Jeanty, has space past the 35 and down to about the 31. All right. So 1st and 10. Geno under center, back behind him, play action, looking to throw. Has time, pass right side, going to be tipped in the air and intercepted. It's picked off and going the other way. Past the 25, past the 30, and out of bounds here to 32. Trying to fit it into a tight window. Didn't put enough air under it. It gets tipped up, and the Cowboys have possession. It's a case of I don't hate the decision. The throw is just off the mark. It's Marquise Bell on the interception, as Geno Smith was looking for Trey Tucker. Bro, this Panthers Canucks game is insanely high scoring. 7-5. Jeez. All right, there's a quick 30-second commercial break. We're all gonna get a replay of this. Yeah, it's not it's a good read. It's there. He's looking for Bowers, not Tucker. It's there. He just did not put enough into it. So Dak, play action, looking to throw. Has time, deep shot, right side. It is going to be off the mark and incomplete. Should have been intercepted through the hands. And the Cowboys narrowly give the ball right back, looking for George Pickens. But that ball was a little bit overthrown, and it should have been picked off. George Pickens makes a nice defensive play to make sure that doesn't get picked off. That's Lonnie Johnson, who had his hands all over it. And now Dak in shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. 2nd and 10, going to hand this off up the middle, and that loses a yard. All right, 3rd and 11 coming up when we get back from commercial break for the 2-minute warning. As that was Tyree Wilson on the tackle for loss. We're at commercial break for the 2-minute warning. Yeah, who could have seen it coming? Pretty much everyone, but who could have seen it coming? It's just ugly. It would have been funny if it was just pick. Okay, you have it right back. That happened in the Ravens game. That happened in the Ravens game yesterday, where Baltimore got a pick and then Lamar threw one right back. Is that really Geno Smith's 13th interception of the season? If so, how is he still playing? As we're still at commercial break. I want to point out we're nearly at halftime of this game, and the Florida Panthers have more points tonight than the Vegas Raiders. Which is just funny. I mean, there's definitely ground to stand on. It's not that solid. All right, just coming back from commercial break. 2 minutes remain in the quarter. Dak and shotgun back to his right, looking to throw in third and 10, basically. Pass left side's going to be incomplete, but a penalty marker down, looking for CeeDee Lamb. And that's going to be clear DPI against Vegas. They're calling it again. Oh, Eric Stokes, a Raider. They're calling it against Danny Holmes. Or Darnay Holmes. Calling it against. And yeah, it's clear DPI. Oh, and... Oh, someone's getting ejected. There was a punch thrown. There's 2 penalties against Las Vegas. One was DPI on the back end. The other was an unnecessary roughness against Malcolm Kuntz. As he went, I'm not sure if it was a punch, but he at least went fist right to the helmet of a Cowboy after the play. I'm not sure if we're going to say that's a full-on punch or not, though. Either way, that's 2 bad mistakes there on the back end. Oh no, okay, it's closed fist, but he made sure to lead with the palm. It was like, I'm not sure if that's gonna count fully as a punch, but either way, that's a bad penalty to take, dude. Like why are you trying to slap someone wearing a helmet? Come on, man. So they accepted the DPI, declined the unnecessary roughness. So Dak under center, back behind the ball on the plus 48. Handoff up the middle, has space for Javonte Williams. Up past the 35. Gonna slip a little bit and be brought down near the 32. Ball comes loose, but he was down. Either way, the Cowboys have it. So again, DPI is a spot penalty, while unnecessary roughness is just 15 yards. So if they accepted the unnecessary roughness, it would have been their ball on their own 35. But by taking the DPI, you get ball on the plus 48. So it gets you like an extra 17 yards. You can only accept one penalty. So you take the one that puts you further down the field. And now the Cowboys call their second timeout with 1:20 to play in the half. Yeah, you can't take both. And that's why there's offset in penalties and then stuff. It's only one penalty can be assessed on a play at a time. I think there's like some weird stipulations for that. But yeah. And it goes even deeper with like some penalties are like major penalties, other are minor penalties. And if a minor and a major penalty happens on the same play, the major gets assessed and the minor gets forgotten about. It's weird. Multiple penalties fly before the snap here. All of them are going to be the same, which is false start on Dallas. Calling it against Tyler Smith. All right, 1st and 15. Dak in shotgun back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side. Ball on the plus 37. Gonna step up and throw over the middle. That's gonna be caught. Is George Pickens, room down the left side, inside the 10, the 5, and he scores. The Dallas Cowboys extend this lead thanks to a George Pickens 37-yard touchdown grab. We're not even at halftime yet, and CeeDee Lamb is waving goodbye to Raiders fans. That's how you know this game is getting ugly. Now there's a penalty down afterwards. I imagine this is a post-play penalty. It'll be assessed either on the kickoff or the extra point. Yeah, good blocking, a not great throw, but honestly it ends up being a good throw at the end because it allows Pickens to plant and turn the other way and make the defender miss. No word on what the penalty is yet. I imagine it's on the Raiders. Extra point is up, and it is good. I think it was seemingly on Dallas. That was a pretty long field goal try. Now there's a penalty on the extra point. The other thing with ESPN that I don't like is they don't show the refs giving out the penalty. Okay, it was unsportsmanlike conduct after the play on George Pickens. So that was enforced on the extra point, which Brandon Aubrey still hit. There's now a separate penalty, which is seemingly going to be on the Raiders as Dak is coming on the field for what I can only assume is a 2-point try. But wouldn't it just basically negate the other one and make it so it's... Refs are discussing this. We'll see. Oh, no, they're just going to decline it. Okay. It was some penalty on the Raiders is declined because I assume it would not have given them a chance to go for 2 from the 1-yard line. So thus you just say whatever, don't want to re-kick it from 33 yards out. Oh, that's why there was unsportsmanlike conduct. He did the same thing Jameson Williams did last night, where he jumped on the field goal post for some reason. Okay. Either way, the Cowboys are up. What's this? 18. The Raiders do get ball to begin the second half, but they're good. It's ugly. It's ugly. All right, and we're at commercial break. Wait, I need to check. I just saw a tweet related to the Panther game. No, ESPN won left. Damn ESPN. North for Hague. Mikola Balinskis. If Bobrovsky has an assist tonight, that would be great. It does not seem like it, unless I'm missing something. As we're just getting back from commercial break. A minute to play roughly in the first half. Kickoff going to be returned beginning from the 5, up past the 25, past the 30 to about the 31. All right. Can the Raiders get point? Can the Raiders get points before the half? There we go. Gino looking to throw in 1st and 10. Dump off right side. Can be caught by Mostert. Gain of 4. .58 seconds to play in the half. Was kind of waiting for a late hit penalty, but nothing down. Nothing down. Pass on 2nd and 6 is going to be incomplete. Looking left side. There is also a penalty down after this one as well. Was looking for Bowers. Was looking for Tyler Lockett. Deron Bland, nearly a great play to pick it off. Oh, but on the other side, there's going to be a defensive holding against the Cowboys. So 1st and 10 for Vegas. Gino looking to throw. Pressure coming, escaping to his right. Passing right side, and has a man that's caught. Trey Tucker down to the 35. And with 40 seconds to play, Raiders, call your timeouts. There we go. Raiders call their first timeout. A little bit late, but it's still called nonetheless. So 1st and 10 from the plus 35 after the connection to Trey Tucker. I mean, the Raiders are down, but they're not quite out yet. Their defense is gonna need to play a lot better if they're gonna get back into this. So 1st and 10, 40 seconds to play in the half. As long as the Raiders do not turn the ball over, they're in field goal range. Geno in shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Making adjustments at the line. Play clock winding down. Geno looking to throw. Has time, pass over the middle. It's going to be caught by Bowers up to the 28. A gain of 7. And they're going to call their second timeout with 34 seconds. All right. "34 seconds to play in the half. It is almost time. Geno in shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Going to look to throw once again. Has time, pass right side. It's going to be off the mark and incomplete. Looking for Michael Mayer. 3rd and 3 coming up. 29 seconds to play in the half. So Geno in shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Man in motion, right to left. Geno looking to throw once again. Dump off right side to Mostert for a halfback screen. Is going to get the first down, but only a gain of 3. There's 23 seconds left. They call timeout. Raiders are they're Las Vegas. The Raiders are out of timeouts. I would have just gone hurry up there. Everyone's so close to the line. The Raiders get ball to begin the second half. "23 seconds to play in the half. Geno in shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. 1st and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Pressure coming. Geno is going to get this ball out. It's in. If the ruling that a fumble is picked up by Mostert, if it's ruled incomplete. Either way, you're playing with fire still, not having timeout and still doing this. Quinnen Williams gets the pressure. He is feeling great in his new home in Dallas. That would have been his second sack of the night already. So 15 seconds now in the half. Geno in shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. Going to look to throw once again. Penalty marker down. Pass right side is well off the mark and incomplete. Miscommunication there between him and Tyler Lockett. We'll see what the penalty is. It's going to be offsides against Jadeveon Clowney. They get a free 5 yards. So Geno in shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. 2nd and 5, looking to throw once again. Pressure coming. Geno's pass left side is a throwaway, incomplete. Kick the field goal. I know there's 8 seconds. The amount of pressure Dallas is getting right now. Just kick the field goal and get points. 3rd and 5. They're sending out the field. They're keeping the offense on the field. Geno in shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. And now the Cowboys will call their final timeout. Third and 5. Geno in shotgun back to his right. Two receiving options to each side. 3rd and 5 looking to throw. Pressure coming. Geno's pass left side in the end zone is incomplete. Looking for Brock Bowers. Good coverage. And it's 4th down. Out comes Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. To make this a 15-point game at the half. I like the decision. The throw is off money. Threw it too far to the sideline. He throws that a little bit more inside. Brock Bowers has the body advantage. It's at least catchable. All right, 38 yards kick for Carlson from the right hash. It is up, and it is right down the middle. And that brings us to halftime. The Raiders get ball to begin the second half in what has been a just ugly game for Las Vegas. They have the they just can't finish a drive. And it's just the defense is playing bad, the offense is playing mid. I'm not too surprised by this. But we're at halftime. Oh yeah, the Panthers won 8-5 against Vancouver. That's a nice win at home for the Cats. As they're about to go on like a 11 or so. Not straight, but like they have like 11 of the next like 15 at home. I'm gonna try and go to one of those. As we're at halftime. Of course, it's Brad Marchand who gets the empty net. Okay, I need to go on my computer to look this up. How many straight games is that for Brad Marchand to get a goal? Okay, it's not a in a row thing. It's his 11th straight game with a point. And he's had goals in all but one game this month. God, Marchand's on a roll. I love it. All right, and now the Heat just need to close things out against the Knicks. They're up by a point with 22 seconds. As we were waiting the start of the second half. At commercial break. All right, all good. At halftime. Well, we're gonna be getting the new Avatar sneak peek soon. Oh, okay, so the Moana live action is a 1-to-1 remake. There's even less of a point to it. Okay. At halftime. At 8 minutes roughly to go in halftime. At this point, I'm just curious. What the? Oh, that's well. Okay, that up there. Okay. I was like, I look up for a second to see just something random flying across Allegiant Stadium. Okay, it's the Avatar thing. It's happening now. Yeah, it's just the Avatar movies never caught my eye. It's just, I talked about it a little bit earlier. It just doesn't intrigue me. Yeah, I mean it's a James Cameron movie. Like, it's gonna be solid either way. It's just, All right, 6:40 remains in halftime. Yep, last night's Eagles Lions game was something. Week 13 Monday night is Giants Patriots. Huh. Okay. That that might be an interesting one. The Giants looked pretty okay, or pretty solid yesterday. I'm not sure how they will look in 2 weeks' time, but it's something. Cowboys won 5-1 in last 7 primetime games. That's funny. I kind of understand why the NFL still has ties and all that. It still looks funny to see it. Yep, 4:40 remains in halftime. Okay. There we go. I see it. 4 minutes remain in the half. Still have Mars. Still have Marchand's player profile up here. The fact that he's a -4 is crazy because he's been on fire this year. Three and a half to go in halftime. Yeah, it's not necessarily as a file limit, as a file size limit. So certain things don't get through the same way. $2:35 to go in halftime. Two minutes remaining in halftime. And halftime can be on the second half can be on the way here soon. The collective just trying to rationalize his career. And the Raiders get ball to begin the second half. Talking to Brian Schottenheimer on the sideline here before it. It'd be yesterday for. Ugh. 10 out of 10. All right, Brandon Aubrey set to send this one down. Second half kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from the 8. Room out past the 20, 25, past the 30, up to about the 32 or 33. Raiders will begin from there. See if they can get something going in the second half. Gino under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Toss right to Ashton Jeanty. Gonna lose about 3. All right, so the ground game still ain't working for Vegas. That's something. All right, 2nd and 13. Gino in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Going to look to throw. Pass left side, going to be caught by Tyler Lockett. Pass to 35 to the 36. They just showed the play breakdowns for the Raiders so far. That's the 32nd pass attempt compared to 5 run plays. Run the ball, Vegas? Chip Kelly, what are you doing? All right. Gino in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Looking to throw in 3rd and 6. Pass left side, going to be incomplete. Looking for Brock Bowers, but good coverage from Deron Bland. Forces it loose, and the Raiders go 3 and out to begin the half. Nice. Also, the Heat closed out the Knicks. Oh, yeah. Fourth and 6. Punt comes off clean from AJ Cole. Going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. Yeah. All right, head to a commercial break once again. Okay. There we go. Yep. And like I'm chuckling and everything I'm going through all that you sent. It's just like it's like yeah, I see it. I've been there. Now obviously maybe not to like the same extreme, but there's been moments where it's just like you just feel like there's nothing you can do but just like soak. Yeah. All right, that commercial break after the Raiders went 3 and out to begin the half. Yeah. But again, that's why like the raids are special because I was like Tom just does them because it gets people to smaller channels. I really appreciate it. But it's these like long lingering stuff that really go the long way with the impact that the raids have, and I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate you sticking around for as long as you have with this. It's the magical world that the magical community and world that Tom has built. It's crazy that he's been going for nearly 11 years at this. But at the same time, I get it because like I'm coming up on 2 years, and it does not feel like I've been doing this for 2 years. Dak gonna hand this off up the middle for Javonte Williams. The Raiders just stood still for a half a second and let him get an extra 3 yards, so it's a gain of 5. The Raiders are a mess. Do they have? Please tell me this is the only Raiders game I have to watch this year. Because after like 3 years straight of Miami playing them, we don't this year, thankfully. Well, I guess, okay, they have no other primetime games on the docket. Cool. Dak and shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. 2nd and 4, gonna look to throw. Pump fake and rolling to his left to buy some time. Crosby and Chase gonna pass this left side to George Pickens. He breaks off a few tackles and gets 4 yards exactly. I am wearing my Raiders jersey. It's like the one good thing this franchise has is the fact that this jersey is really nice. when you have to go back over 20 or 30 years to find a player for a franchise that you're willing to wear, they've had a rough stretch of luck. At least with Miami, they're my team. I could just get like a custom jersey for that with my name on the back. It's whatever. But like for the Raiders, it's lucky they had a Bo Jackson jersey. Handoff up the middle for a gain of 2. So 2nd and 8 coming up. Like, there's no one on this current Raiders team, or even like last year's Raiders team, that would have really was like really like you can get a jersey for them and they're going to be like there for at least a few years. Maybe Max Crosby, but even then, he's in trade rumors every offseason. Dak looks to throw in 2nd and 8, pass right side caught by Jake Ferguson, gets up past the 35 to about the 37, to a 3rd and 3 coming up. Third and 4, they're ruling it. $11 minutes to play in the 3rd. Dak in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the left, looking to throw. Pass right side, caught by George Pickens. Makes one man miss and has room. Flipping field, past the 45, breaks 1 tackle. Past midfield, still going. Past the other 45, past the 40, and down to the 39. George Pickens refused to go down there. And it's 1st and 10. He started lined up outside on the right, caught that pass near the hashes, and ended on the opposite sideline. Before moving up the field, and even then he got an extra like 20. What do you mean George Pickens has 130 yards tonight? Dak play action looking to throw. Pass left side, going to be caught with space. Enough for a 1st down up to about the, 25? I'm only up by 17 points now in fantasy. George Pickens has 26 points. God. I picked Dallas to win this game. The Raiders just don't really have the talent right now to be competitive like this. Dak under center, back and fullback behind him. Man in motion right to left. Going to hand this off left side for Javonte Williams up past the 25 to the 26. Yeah, they're the Raiders. All they do is just to win. Just to win, baby. At least that's all they did during the Al Davis era. Again, fuck Mark Davis. Mark Davis, Dean Spanos, Stan Kroenke, all of them. The Raiders are a team where I don't even know where they go from here. There's just too much wrong with them. Dak under center gonna hand this off up the middle, and there's space for Javonte Williams up to the 20. Yeah, Dallas is mid this season. They're the perfect definition of mid. They have a top tier offense, a bottom tier defense. Yet they're playing some of their more complete football they have this year in this game because the Raiders are that bad. So there's the playoff picture for the NFC. Every team has 6 wins or more. But the AFC nearly has a 5-win team in there. Dak, quick pass, left side, caught by Jake Ferguson for no gain, maybe a loss of 1. Might have to. It's like it feels like there's constant reports as well about how Mark Davis is so tied up with cash. He's short on money, and that's why they don't spend a lot. Which, if that's the case, sell the team. For the Raiders, you can at least get $5 billion. Yeah, they've been bad the past few years, but it's still the Raiders. They are a top brand in the NFL. Pass left side, caught by Pickens inside the 5 and down to the 2. I don't care what the Raiders do the rest of this game. Put all 11 players on George Pickens. Dak under center, handoff left side. Trying to get the sideline, will be unable to. Only a gain of a half a yard or so for Malik Davis. Second and goal coming up. Under 7 minutes to play in the third. I'm only 10 points ahead in fantasy now. If George Pickens is going to have a 40-point night. Dak under center, back behind him. Play action, looking to throw. Pass left side. It's caught for a touchdown. The Cowboys extend this lead. And yeah, this game is ugly. Simple as that. This game is ugly. It is Ryan Flournoy on the reception from 2 yards out. And we're back to a 21-point game, pending the extra point. Oh, man. Extra point is up and good for Brandon Aubrey. It is a 22-point game. We head to a commercial break. Okay. That sure. I've heard worse names. Why? maybe not at first, but then like, it'll be because like you say what its name is. They kind of just like ignored for kind of like blank for a split second, and then they realize what you said, and it's like, wait, what? What did you name it? At commercial break still. Yeah, you cannot do that. Yeah, a lot of people would instantly catch it. Yeah. That's that is something straight out of a comedy sketch. Where it would say that name on the attendance sheet, but ends up being pronounced like completely differently for no reason, similar to like the Key and Peele substitute teacher sketches. Which those were good. Key and Peele is great. Yeah. Kickoff return past the 20, 25, past the 30. Going to be stood up near the 35, fighting for a few extra yards up to about the 39. This might be the best starting field position the Raiders have all night. Can they do anything with it? As Quinn Williams has already reached season highs in pressures, sacks, and QB hits. This is his first game in Dallas. So 1st and 10. Gino in shotgun, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the left. Going to look to throw, dump off left side to Jeanty. He's going to have space up past the 40 to about the 44. He caught that pass a solid 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Geno Smith's passing chart is going to look real interesting after this game. All right, 2nd and 5. Geno in shotgun, alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Quick throw right side, going to be caught during a tight end screen, and going to get about 4, maybe the 5 needed. It's Michael Mayer on the reception. Yeah, 3rd and 1 coming up. Third and 1. Geno under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. And there's going to be a stoppage before the snap, a penalty down. False start on the Raiders. 3rd and 6 coming up. Third and 6. Geno in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Man in short motion on the left side. Geno looking to throw. Cowboys send 4. Pass left side. Gonna be caught. Fighting forward, but not enough for the first. That's Brock Bowers on the reception. It's gonna be a 4th and 1. At this point of the game, maybe you just go for it. Yeah, he's short. All right, 4th and 1. The offense seemingly staying on the field. Oh, we're heading to a commercial break first. Okay. At commercial break. Going for it on 4th and 1 makes sense at this stage of the game. It's just, how much is it really going to matter? This game is already in a pretty ugly spot. And select commercial break. At commercial break. All right, back from the commercial break. Gino under center, back and fullback behind him. Gonna toss this right side for Jeanty on 4th and 1, and he's gonna get just enough for the first. Under 4 minutes to play in the third. Clock continues to roll. But man, it's just a question of time at this point for the Raiders. So Smith and Gino in shotgun back behind them, 2 receiving options to each side. Ball on their own 49. Play action looking to throw. Pass right side caught by Mayer. Has space past the 45 and out of bounds near the 42. Going to be just short of the first. So 2nd and 2. Gino under center, back behind him, ball on the 43. Quick throw, right side, going to be caught with space. Past the 35 and down to about the 31 for Trey Tucker on the reception. 2:40 to play in the third. It probably is. I know they still have the Giants to play this year, but I doubt they'll put a. I doubt the Giants will put up less of a fight than this. Gino in shotgun back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. Quick pass right side is going to be incomplete as is dropped by Brock Bowers. 2:09 to play in the third. Yeah, they play Philly next week. God, their schedule. Philly, Kansas City, Detroit, Minnesota, Los Angeles, and then Washington and New York. That is not a fun schedule. Gino in shotgun back to his right, looking to throw in 2nd and 10. Now going to hand this off up the middle for Raheem Mostert. That's a gain of 2. The Cowboys really needed to begin this season a lot better with that end of season schedule. I mean, Minnesota maybe, same with Washington and New York. It's a tough schedule though. That includes 3 Thursday games. Gino in shotgun. 3 receiving options to the left, 2 to the right. Looking to throw in 3rd and 8. Has time, pass left side. Going to be caught inside the 20 to the 19. That's Tyler Lockett on the reception. And the Raiders are back in the red zone. Yeah. And also that game being week 18, it's probably going to be not a lot of people playing anyway. Gino under center. Gonna hand this off left side, and that's a loss of 2 for Jeanty. Absolutely no space on that carry. Kenny Clark in the backfield. 1 more play is needed before the end of the quarter. So 2nd and 12-ish. I was saying 2nd and 11. Gino in shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right looking to throw. Pressure coming. Gino escaping to his left. Going to fumble, but quickly they fall on it for a gain of about 2. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. 15 minutes remain in a 22-point game. The Cowboys up top. We will see. We will see. Dude, can the Raiders make this game passable? That's the question. Can they make it passable? We're heading to a commercial break first. Hell yeah, Sergei Bobrovsky, 9th all-time in wins by a goalie. Love it. Yeah, they need to pull out their inner Broncos, which they did last week against the Broncos, by that game being a 10-7 finish. But it's a different Broncos you need to look at, need to play as. Not gonna happen. Next week, what time do the Browns and Raiders play next week? That's a 4 o'clock kick. Are you kidding? I mean, I get it. It's in Vegas. Browns Raiders next week has potential to be one of the most watched Browns and Raiders games of the season. Just because Shadur Sanders is possibly getting the start. As we're at commercial break. Well, yeah, I get that's what you meant, but it's the Raiders. I doubt they put up 10 points in this quarter. Yeah, and the Cowboys have been smooth sailing tonight. Their next drive might just be the final drive of the game. They're just gonna run the ball a lot. All right, just coming back from commercial break. Start of the fourth quarter. Geno in shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right, looking to throw. Pass over the middle, going to be caught by Bowers, up past the 15 and down to about the 17. Maybe the 18. It could happen, T-Fox, but you would need Bowers to get a touchdown on this drive, and it's 4th and 4. I'm only up by 11 against Ball Flash. I need George Pickens to be quiet basically the rest of the game. All right, the Raiders are lining up to go for it. Geno in shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Making adjustments at the line as the play clock winds down. Need to get the snap off, and they do. Geno to throw. Stepping up left side. Gonna take it himself. Geno Smith for the sideline. The 5 and sliding down there. 1st and goal coming up for the Raiders. Thanks to the Geno Smith scramble. There's still a chance. We'll see. Geno alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 receiving options to the left. Sorry, that's a team high 15 rushing yards. Geno in shotgun. Quick throw right side, caught by Trey Tucker. Inside the 5, and he is in. Touchdown Vegas. They finally find the end zone. It took till the 4th, but they have 6. Trey Tucker, 6-yard touchdown grab. Thanks to the receiver screen. And they're now down by 16. All right. But damn it. All right, the extra point is up, and it is good. It's a 15-point game. 13:22 to play in the game. We head to a commercial break. How about they blow this lead, and then the Raiders blow it right back, and the Cowboys still win? It's the best of both worlds, kind of. Raiders take a 32-31 lead, and then the Cowboys get a game-winning field goal. As we're at commercial break, this game has had so little actually going on. I'm still like halfway into my drink for tonight. Hey, there's Emmitt Smith on the commercial. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's a best of both worlds situation, and it fits both teams really well. Or like the Raiders go for 2 to tie and they miss it. With Dak Prescott pick 6 coming up right here. All right, just coming back from commercial break. Let's see how the final 13 minutes wrap up. All right, kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from the 3. Room out past the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and out of bounds near the 43. All right, Dallas, what you got? So Dak under center. Back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Gonna hand this off right side for Javonte Williams. He breaks 1 tackle and finds a way to get past the 45 to the 46. A gain of 3 after being met in the backfield. That would have been a loss of about 2. Second and 7. Dak under center. Gonna toss this left side. And it's Javonte Williams back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. Third and 7 coming up. Yep, they just showed the 3 head coaches who have won a national championship and a Super Bowl, with Pete Carroll being one of them. Dak and shotgun back to his right, looking to throw in 3rd and 7. Pass left side, gonna be okay. We're at commercial break. Thankfully, it happened during the punt. Just Wi-Fi being annoying. Again, college internet. I switched over to my extension for this final, however long this game's gonna be. The main internet that I typically use just for some reason crapped out. I know that on Wednesday they're bringing someone out to like work on the internet and the Wi-Fi. Like how I said, hope that the extension works fine the rest of the way. Then it drops frames. We're still at commercial break, thankfully, so at least I'm not dealing with miss-in plays and stuff. All right, just coming back from commercial break. We're gonna see how this drive goes with being on the extension. Gino under center. This movement before the snap. A false start against the Raiders. It might. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. I tested fate going live with 4 games yesterday. I guess I don't know. Wait, is that man's name DJ Glaze? All right. So a 1st and 11 after the false start. Ball on. It's a safety for the Cowboys defense. The Cowboys defense gets a safety. Yeah, that window might be firmly closed for any chance of a Raiders comeback. Oh well. And most people knew this game was going to be ugly, so I'm not that surprised. Yeah, the Cowboys would act. Ashton Jeanty has 6 carries for 6 yards. Well, what's the full? What's the full Raiders rushing stats? Okay, the Raiders as a team have 11 carries and 28 yards. That is crazy. How do you only have 28 yards rushing in an NFL game? What? So out comes AJ Cole for the safety punt. This game's ugly. We Alright, cool. Just wow. Raiders now down by 17, so they're down by 3 possessions. Safety punt. Everyone on Dallas is calling fair catch. George Pickens will have it and go out of bounds at about the 45, maybe midfield. I'm gonna see if I switch off the extension. It will be fine again. All right. That was a high punt. Gee. So 11:37 to play. Dak and shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Another score basically ends the game. So Dak and shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. A handoff up the middle for Javonte Williams. Up past the 35 to the 34. So second and 7 coming up. $11 to play in the game. Cowboys going to focus on killing clock at this point. Dak and shotgun back to his left, looking to throw, pass right side. Going to be caught for a gain of 6. And ball comes loose, but Dallas has it. Might be ruling down by contact either way. It's CeeDee Lamb on the reception. And if it is fumbled, it's Jake Ferguson on the recovery. Yeah, no, he was down. So Dak under center, back and fullback behind him. Heading in motion right to left, and the Cowboys will call their first timeout with 10:17 to play. All right. Going to a mini commercial break here. So 3rd and 1. Dak under center. Fullback dive. Going to be enough for the first. He gets to the 25, maybe 24. So 1st and 10. 10 minutes to play in the game. Cowboys letting this clock run. First and 10. Dak under center. Play action looking to throw. Pass left side going to be caught. And that's going to be back to the line of scrimmage for Kevontae Turpin. So 2nd and 10 coming up. Good defense there from the Raiders. Feels like the first time I'm saying that tonight. And the clock continues to run. So Dak under center, back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side, tight end in motion left to right. Gonna hand this off up the middle for Williams. Has space for a first down and down to the 11. Good carry once again for Javonte Williams. Penalty marker down now as well. Seemingly going to be on the Cowboys. Going to be a holding against a personal foul against the Cowboys, against the rookie Tyler Booker. So a 2nd and long coming up. Was it a post play thing? Yeah, it was post play. So it will still be first down. Dak in shotgun back to his left. And we have a stoppage before the snap. A timeout is being called, I believe. There's 8:34 to play in the game. And the clock is stopped. Not sure for what. All right, now the clock begins to roll again. 8:20 to play in the game. Dak in shotgun, back to his left. Man in motion, left to right. Going to look to throw. Pressure comes quick. Pass left side, caught by Ferguson. Has room inside the 20 and out of bounds at the 19. Also, a great stiff arm from Jake Ferguson. A Raider landed like 5 yards out of bounds afterwards. Yeah, nice simple tight end screen. Alright, show me the stiff arm. Hell yeah. Not as good as the Darnell Washington one from yesterday, but still nice. Dak in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. 2nd and 3. The give to Williams up the middle. It's going to get about a yard, maybe 2. The Bills and Bears have the same record right now. What the? Third and 2. Dak in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receiving options to the right. Man in motion, right to left. Going to look to throw. Dak pass left side, caught by Lamb. Inside the 15 and brought down at the 13. 6:40 to play in the game, and the clock continues to run. So 1st and 10. Yeah, the Cowboys remain in schedule, all against playoff teams. It's crazy. Besides, obviously, up until the Giants game, everyone's against a playoff team. Dak handoff up the middle for Javonte Williams. He gets inside the 10 to about the 9, maybe the 8. Under 6 minutes to play in the game now. And we're just waiting for the clock to roll in this. Dak under center, back behind him. Now shifting into shotgun, back to his right, looking to throw. 2nd and 6, pass left side, going to be caught and going to be stood up at about the 6-yard line. 3rd down, clock keeps running. The Cowboys can get this to about 5:40 left to play. 4:40 left to play before having to snap the ball. It's 3rd and 2. So Dak under center, back and fullbacks behind him. A handoff up the middle is going to be stood up at the line. Maybe only gets a yard, but not enough for the first. So it's a 4. Yeah, Saints stood up at the line. It's 4th and 2. 4:20 to play in the game. Clock continues to roll. Fourth and 2. And the Cowboys will call timeout as they let the clock run to 3:59. The Raiders, since moving to Las Vegas, have not been good. They've had 5 different coaches. They've also lost the game to Ryan Fitzpatrick, where his head almost got ripped off. That was a fun game to watch. 2021 was their one winning season since the move. And that was with an interim head coach that they let go after the season because Mark Davis is a genius and hired Josh McDaniels instead, who was fired 2 years later. Dak and shotgun back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. 4th and 2 from the 5. Dak looking to throw. Pass left side, wide open, CeeDee Lamb, but he can't bring it in. He drops it and it's a turnover on downs. The Raiders get ball from their own 5-yard line with 4 minutes to play. All right. Even if CD catches that, he doesn't find the end zone, but that would have allowed the Cowboys to kill more time. Instead, we head to a commercial break. All right. I'm a fan of NIL. I do agree that there needs to be a better way to go about it, but it took them long enough to get NIL in place. I'm pretty sure we've had this talk before, T-Fox, but I'm a big fan of NIL. The college players getting paid is nice because it's a lot of work to go to be a student athlete, and then being able to get paid for the likeness is great. It also means, because the thing that people don't realize that NIL allows for is it means that around campus and in the community, they're able to now receive food, receive any type of assistance they might need and stuff. Because before, everything was out of pocket and everything was through their scholarship. But now, a walk-on makes a big time play, they can get free food for a week. And that helps so much. Like, NIL is so focused on the millions of dollars, the top of the line college talent getting paid. But for everyone below that, it is helping them get through college. And still at commercial break. All right, just getting out of commercial break. Gino in shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the left, looking to throw. Pass left side, caught by Jeanty. Gets up past the 5 to about the 9. Gain of 4. Curious to see how the Raiders handled this final 4-ish minutes. I imagine they're just going to let the clock run as well to the best of their ability. So Gino in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the right. Man in motion, right to left. Looking to throw, pass left side, caught by Bowers. And it's going to be a gain of roughly 4 or 5-ish. 4.5. Can be a 3rd and 1. So 3rd and 1. Gino in shotgun, back to his left. 2:50 remains in the game. 3 receivers to the right. Man in motion. Right to left, back to right. Gino looks to throw. Pressure coming, trying to escape. Just throws this one left side. Going to be incomplete in the vicinity of Ashton Jeanty. And it's a 3 and out for the Raiders. They might go for it because in their weird minds, they're still in this game. But I would just punt it away. Don't bother giving up even more points. Yep. Gino under center. Back and fullback behind him. 4th and 1. Play action looking to throw. Pressure comes quick. Gino is sacked. Back at the 6. With 2.5 to play in the game, it's 1st and goal for the Cowboys. And Jerry Jones still does not look happy. I mean, just why go for it there? You're down 17. Sorry, you're down 20. Yeah, you're down 17. If you were still down 15, I would understand a bit more. But down by 17, there is no point in doing that. And the Cowboys are just gonna take some knees. This first kneel down. Don't. Did the Raiders really just jump off? Raiders had too many men on the field. Because they wanted to stop the clock, I guess. I don't know. Pete Carroll, what are we doing? Why are you trying to get? Why are you so so determined to come back in this game right now. You're down 3 possessions with under 2.5 to play. All right, there is now the first kneel down we're going to see. And that will bring us to the 2-minute warning. I don't know what Pete Carroll thinks. I just don't know. All right, there's the 2-minute warning, though. That's all. But what I do know is this game has 2 minutes to play, and the Cowboys are gonna win this pretty easily. All right, so at commercial break. Yeah, there's no mathematical chance they're gonna win this game at this point. Unless the Cowboys royally mess this up, this game's over. Well, the idea is you do onside kick in between and you get both of those, even though I think maybe one onside kick has been successful this season. It's just not gonna happen. We'll see that we're at commercial break. At commercial, I'm shocked they're going to a full commercial break for this. Typically, when the game is this far out of reach and there's a 2-minute warning, they just do like a picture-in-picture commercial break. But they're going for a full one here. All right, just coming back from commercial break. I assume the Cowboys are just gonna knee it down 2 more times and get out of here. There is one. This will get them down to about a minute 20-ish. They can do one more. That'll get us to about a minute, maybe 50 seconds, and then we'll see what the Raiders decide to do. There's the third kneel down. So it's 4th and goal. Yeah, this can get down to just about 40 seconds. They won't have time though to just kill it entirely. Yeah, okay, this can get down to roughly like 30 seconds. If only Miami did that against the Broncos a few years back. There is the kneel down on 4th and goal, so is Raiders ball with 36 seconds. Pete Carroll, you still think you have a chance? I'm gonna assume and hope the Raiders just kneel it down themselves right here and get this game over with. They did, but at the same time, this was a big win for the Cowboys organization. There's the final kneel down. Yeah, this win's a little bit bigger than football. It's a nice win for the Cowboys. They go to 5-1. They improve to 4-5-1. This is a nice win for them. To get this kind of dominant win, it's nice. After what happened over the past week or so with them, this was a win that the organization needed. Yeah. It's a nice win for the Cowboys. All right. So that wraps up week 11. I appreciate everyone that tuned in throughout all of the streams. I'll be back live on Thursday for Bills and Texans to begin week 12. As always, Power Rankings goes up tomorrow. Predictions on Wednesday. Probably going to be doing 3 games on Sunday once again. Or once again, 3 games on Sunday because Miami's on the bye week this week. But I will see you all next time. Have yourselves a damn good one. Peace.